everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. So not too long ago I asked for some suggestions on what kinds of videos you guys would like to see, and one of the videos that was suggested was top 10 equipment or tool recommendations for survival. So this is going to kind of gear more towards wilderness survival, but all these tools could pretty much be used in any environment if the situation dictates. So this list is not in any particular order. All of these items could be life-saving or really important items to have given the circumstances. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Number one is a really good survival knife. I just got this knife in the battle box last month. It is a Tops Fieldcraft Brothers of Bushcraft knife. It fits all the characteristics of what I look for in a good survival knife. It is at least 3/16 thick. It has a full tang, and I like to have about a 6-inch or longer blade. 7 inches is maybe a little better, but 6 will get the job done. The reason I say that is because if you have to do a split wood fire, then you can still split down a like a 3-inch wide log and still have a little left over. And I'm not sure exactly how long this one is. This one may be a little shorter than 6 inches, but it's pretty close and it would do the job. I like the micarta handles on this one. It's got a divot for bow drill and all that. That's cool too. But the main thing is a good strong knife that's at least 3/16 thick, and a fixed blade. It has a fixed blade on it. Those are the main criteria for me. Now that's for the large knife. For a smaller knife, I really like the Mora knives. I like just the basic, companion, Mora companion, and or the Bushcraft Survival. All those knives make really good knives. So a good survival knife is the first one. I usually have 3. I always carry at least a pocket knife, and then of course I have my tactical folder. So I guess I really carry 4, but when I go in the woods, and then I'll carry something like the Mora, and then I'll carry a fixed blade. I'll usually just leave that in my pack, but that's you only generally use that if it's an emergency or something like that. So anyway, that's the first item, and the second item on the list is an axe. This is just a Boy Scout axe. I like these. These work fine. I do like a 2 1/4 pound Hudson Bay axe. It's down in the house right now, but that is probably my preferred axe, but these will work okay too. So the next item is a saw, and you can do all the things you need to do with an axe if you had to, but having a saw is important as well. And I think that just blended in with the green screen probably. So this is a bow saw. If you can't see it, I'll try to throw in a picture here where you can take a look at it. But a good bow saw or a saw of any kind is really important. I love silky saws. I've got a Silky Katana Boy that I think works wonderfully. I carry it in my truck, and the thing with the Silkies is you need to make sure that you pull. That's where you put the force on it. You pull. You don't push, because if you try to saw, put pressure while you're pushing, you're going to end up breaking a blade. So you just need to know how to use it. But Katana Boy is a great saw as well. Let's see. Next one I had on the list here is a good water filter. Now this is just the Sawyer water filters. These work fine. They're not my favorite. The one that I really like the most is the Katadyn Pocket, and I'll try to put a picture of that in here. These Sawyers are fine because they're small and lightweight, and that's why a lot of people like them. The one thing you really need to be careful about with a micro hollow fiber filter like this, the style that this is that you got to be careful about dropping them. If you drop them, or if they take too much impact, you can actually break those tubes, and then you don't know if you're getting the protection or not that you're supposed to, because it could be allowing bigger bacteria and stuff through. So you really kind of got to be careful with these, but they are a good product. So some kind of a good water filter is the primary point there. Pick what you think is best My favorite is the Katadyn Pocket. Okay, the next thing here is a good stainless steel water bottle. It doesn't have to be anything special, just a good old-fashioned water bottle. The ones with the wide mouths make it a little easier. This one isn't real wide, it's kind of a medium, but like the Clean Canteens they have with the real wide mouths, those are pretty good too. You just want to be able to have something to carry water, number one, and then number two, to be able to boil water if you can. So that's why I like those. The next thing is just a good rechargeable flashlight or headlamp, and I'm going to throw this in here at the same time, a solar-powered battery charger. And I've shown this on another video, I think recently when I was doing the review on this one. And these are just a great combination to go out in the woods with you, because it allows you, it's got the solar panel built right in, and it allows you to charge your devices, your cell phones, your flashlights, whatever the case may be, you know, if they run dead. So that's kind of cool. I think this is a great pair to have in the wilderness. Okay. Next one is an e-tool or a shovel. Now this is just a small one. This is a little one by SOG. It's actually pretty well made. I haven't used it a whole lot yet, but it's pretty stout. And I've got several older ones from the military and stuff like that that I've used, but these come in very handy when you're having to dig latrines, or if you're digging out a fire before you leave to make sure it's all the way out. Maybe you're putting in, putting food storage, and you want to dig a hole to put the food in there to keep it cool. I mean, there's just so many different reasons that you could use a shovel, and so I highly recommend having one of those as well. All right, the next item on the list is a 22 rifle and ammo. And those are down in the house right now, but I'll show you a picture of some of the ones that I have. 22 rifle is a great item to keep with you. You could also make it a 22 pistol if you don't want to carry a rifle. It's great for food procurement. It can be used for defense. I mean, if you're in grizzly country, that's probably not the weapon of choice, but a 22 is gonna probably, anything else aside from a grizzly, it's probably gonna scare it off. You might have issues with wolves if they're really bad or something, but for the most part, the 22 is going to be good for self-defense, and it's going to be good for food procurement and that kind of thing as well. So anyhow, the last item on the list is bank line. Again, hopefully you can see this. It's just 550 cord or some bank line. 550 cord is a little heavier, and so you can't carry quite as much, but it's more useful because you can take out the inner threads, you got the outer sheath. But bank line is awesome, as well. You can pick it up at Walmart and get like 330 feet on a little roll like that. So those are all items that if I'm going to go out into the woods, I'm going to spend some time out there doing some projects or whatever the case may be. These are all tools that I want to have with me, and I think they're important tools to have just for general safety. Now, the one thing that I will add to this list that isn't on here, because it's not really a tool or something that you're going to use unless you get hurt, is a first aid kit. Having a first aid kit is really important as well, so definitely don't go into the woods without one. Anyway, guys, as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance when you're out in the woods doing survival stuff. Anyway, I'll put some links to these on from Amazon down in the description below. You guys can take a look at them if you haven't picked up any of that stuff. It might be a good idea too if you spend time in the woods. Thank you for using that link. It definitely helps keep our channel free and keeps us from having to do like a Patreon or anything like that. So I appreciate it. Thank you, and we will see you on another video here real soon.